Clearing the air. Tonight on our news, when the Prime Minister touted a $135 million surplus back in May, it raised questions about the country's finances. But now the Economic Affairs Minister says that was about a year-end projection. Clearing the air. Tonight on our news, when the Prime Minister touted a $135 million surplus back in May, it raised questions about the country's finances. But now the Economic Affairs Minister says that was about a year-end projection and not cash already in the Treasury. His defense on the projection, straight ahead.
Tonight, we explore the possibility of a third party led by former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis with some familiar faces behind him. I'm Berthany McDermott. We'll have those details for you in our news tonight.
Plus, 2 Grand Bahama men get prison time in Florida after U.S. agents found 188 kilos of cocaine hidden inside a boat's fuel tank. Then in our news at 7:30, ring the bell. With the by-election required after Von Miller's passing, the F&M leader argues the Prime Minister should skip it and call a full general election instead. Our news, live at 7, starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. Economic Affairs Minister Michael Alkeidas is moving to clear the air on government finances following Prime Minister Philip Davis's budget communication in May. At the time, Davis reported a preliminary surplus of $135 million in April. During the weekly press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister Thursday, Alkeidas said government never claimed the Bahamas is currently in a surplus, and instead, the Prime Minister was speaking about a projection for the full budget year.
Prime Minister never said this country is in a surplus. Prime Minister says that we anticipate that at the end of this budget year that we're in now, 2025, which began July 1st and concludes June 30th, 2026, that we anticipate a budget surplus of approximately $75 million. Not that we are currently in a surplus. It's always been we're projecting a surplus for this year that we're in, that concludes next year, June 30th. Okay? Now, some people believe that if you have a deficit of under 1%, you have a balanced budget, but we came in at 0.5, so we still have a small deficit.
And Alkeidas emphasized that government's fiscal message has always been about projecting a surplus, not claiming one exists now. He pointed out that although April recorded a small deficit, the target remains achievable.
We had just completed the first quarter. The first quarter ended September 30th. That was what, Monday? Was that Monday? What's the date? Tuesday? Monday? No, that was Tuesday. The 30th of September. Okay, so we just finished the first quarter. And so the figures are being compiled and double-checked. And so in short order, you will see the results for the first quarter of the year, and we are very encouraged that we are on the right track. But I'll wait until the numbers are released.
Meanwhile, the political future of former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis remains unclear. Amid talks, he will lead the Democratic National Alliance to the polls this upcoming election with a slate of familiar faces. But when asked about it today, Dr. Minnis left reporters with more questions than answers. As Berthany McDermott tells us, the former Prime Minister says his name will be on the ballot.
I'm running in Kalani. However it's done, you will know, because you will see Minnis' name on the ballot. And I've told my people as I go through, when you go to that poll, you look for Minnis, M-I-N-N-I-S. Many just say menace. It's not menace, it's Minnis.
That's the response from former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis as questions continue to swirl about his future in politics. Since the Free National Movement announced that it will not be running the former Prime Minister in the next election, many question if he will offer himself as an independent or with another party. Today, Minnis is making it clear that he will run in Killarney in the next election. Most recently, pictures surfaced of Dr. Minnis and some familiar faces wearing green, saying the former PM will lead a new DNA party in the next election.
Green, I wear pink. I wear pink. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Familiar faces like former Health Minister Renwood Wells, former F&M Cabinet Minister Branville McCartney, and Desmond Bannister were all said to be in this new Democratic National Alliance party with Dr. Minnis. Wells declined to comment on the matter. We put the matter to Bannister. He said he has been approached about running in the next election.
There's no question that no matter where Dr. Minnis runs, I will support him. If Renwood Wells runs, I will support him.
However, he steered away from outright saying if he will offer himself in the next election.
If I am ever involved in frontline politics, the people of Carmichael will know before anybody else, because they will be the ones who tell me I should be involved.
And amid talks, the former Prime Minister could possibly lead his own party or the DNA. He says his focus is on issues facing the Bahamian people.
I want to address improving the quality of life to the Bahamian people, dealing with the problems today as we speak here that they're facing. Not about red, not about green. Let's move beyond that. We're experiencing a disaster. Let's deal with the disaster.
Reporting for our news, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, thanks for that, Berthany. Two cousins have been sentenced for smuggling nearly 200 kilos of cocaine into Florida. Federal Judge Melissa Damien handed down 7 years in prison for Runo Lang and 12 years for Alfred Lang after both pleaded guilty to conspiracy and importation charges. Authorities say the men left Freeport, Grand Bahama on a 31-foot boat on January 5th, but were stopped about 4 miles from Port Everglades. Officers say they noticed the floor where the fuel tank should have been was replaced. Inside, they reportedly found the broken tank had been swapped out and the space stuffed with cocaine. A second fuel tank was discovered elsewhere on the vessel. And there's another twist in the growing dispute between the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence and the Davis administration. The JCNP held a press conference Wednesday evening pushing back against Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Bowleg and a ministry-backed poll on who should manage this year's major parades. The ministry claims 19 of the 21 groups supported the National Junkanoo Committee taking the lead. It's a role currently held by the JCNP. But JCNP Chairman Dion Miller insists they still have the support of 10 groups, including the Saxons, Roots, One Family, the Valley Boys, Redland Soldiers, and the Original Congos. Miller dismissed the poll altogether, accusing government of using its political appointees on the NJC to destabilize and politicize Junkanoo.
They played on those groups' grievances and what the government should have done. What the government should have done is send those groups back to the body, which they are part of, to let them stand up on this floor as men and women and let their voices be heard in true democratic fashion. But the government played to those grievances with the plan to try to remove the JCNP from management of the parade. And that is at the action and the behest of the political appointees of the NJC. The NJC has been at it for the past 21 years to try to regain management of these parades. And we are not going back on the plantation.
And the standoff between government and JCNP, it comes as the Davis administration pushes its draft National Junkanoo Authority bill, which would create a statutory body to oversee parades and funding. There's also been turmoil over the last year's split in the Valley Boys. One of the factions is led by Trevor Davis, who is the brother of Prime Minister Philip Davis. The clear rift has some asking if there will be two different major parades. Miller says there will be one parade, but groups that support the JCNP will compete and be judged under League of Champions. Our News understands the groups that support the NJC will rush under their banner. As for those groups that support the JCNP, they were at last night's press conference where they made their support known.
At this time, we don't see the need for us to abandon the JCNP at this time, right? Is the system perfect? No, right? But we always find ways to work out and the kinks.
The JCNP was formed to give Junkanoo groups a voice in the direction it wants or wanted Junction to go at that time. It's kind of foolhardy for groups to disassociate themselves with the JCMP, because it's here where you can come and speak your mind and have input.
We stand, which is the original Congress Junction Group, stand firm with the JCMP, and not only that, I would always tell Dion, he could always stand on my shoulder. When he can't take the blows, send it to me.
All right, Tropical Storm Imelda has dumped inches of rain across the islands in recent days, and for the safety of hundreds of residents, that water had to be removed. If you've been by Saunders Beach, you may have noticed gallons of it being pumped back into the sea. But could the short-term solution cause long-term damage to the environment? In this week's Sustainability First, an environmentalist explains it all to our Joshua Williams.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
That's the sound of thousands of gallons of stormwater being pumped into the ocean, flooding in the St. Albans Drive and West Grove communities as a result of Tropical Storm Imelda has pushed government to carry out a quick fix, pumping water from those communities on Saunders Beach. But what, if any, impact does this have on the environment? Caribbean Program Director for Bonefish and Tarpon Trust, for Shimmer Ingram, says while it's ideal for water to be treated first, there shouldn't be any long-term effects.
The fact that our water is so saline, any mixture from fresh water would not necessarily have a damaging effect if it's just storm water. Now, if there were issues like hard chemicals or metals like oils or gases, then it would have been different.
And if you were to drive past the beach, it's a shocking sight. Once clear turquoise waters now look brown and brackish. Drone footage shows an extensive area near the shore where the brackish water is settling. And while an immediate solution was necessary, could this quick fix hurt one of our island's premier attractions?
One of our major products in terms of what we sell outside of our country, biggest revenue. And so that's where I think the gap in providing information to the public lies, where we're not necessarily explaining the process to the public, and then also getting feedback from the public on whether or not this is the right place for the discharge.
Officials say for now, the beach is officially closed. So how long will it take before it's safe again?
Present, you would need to do several repeated tests to see when the presence of it no longer exists in the area. And that could be 3 days, that could be 7 days. But of course, providing the public with that information on the results or your findings and whether or not there's an all clear is very important for public health.
Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Gideon, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Nice evening on the outside. Temperature is very comfortable. 81 degrees at just some few clouds. We'll call it a bit on the partly cloudy side. Breezy conditions out there. Your winds coming down even more. It's at 12 miles per hour at the east. It feels like temperature a very comfortable 88. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands. This is how it looks across the Northwest Bahamas. Looking at 70, 78 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Marshall, Babaco, 79. Then we pick up 81s, Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros here in the capital, over in Governor's Harbour. 80 in Great Harbour Key, Berry Islands. Central Bahamas, 81, Kemps Bay, 81 in Arthurstown, Cat Island. Then we pick up 83s, Black Point, Exuma, Georgetown, Deadman's Key, Port Nelson, that's in Rumkey, Coburn Town, San Salvador. 84 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Providenciales, Tricks, and Caicos Islands. 82 Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, and more 83s picking up in Delectable Bay, Acklands, Abrams Bay, Meguana, and in Matthewtown, Inagua. Satellite radar composite, trilling moisture still associated with Imelda, well out there in the North Atlantic, and that is going to continue to keep us with some showers and thunderstorms across the Northwest Bahamas. Most of the activity staying really confined to that area. We also have some moisture associated with what's left of Humberto, which is also mixing with Imelda. That's lending some showers in southeast Bahamas. That will continue to be the trend tonight through tomorrow, as those showers and thunderstorms will stay with us even into the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Dash Chisholm helps the Yankees tie their wildcard series up when Kai Jones makes his debut in Turkey. Our Sports at 7 is up next.
Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any Live Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio, or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to
Good evening, I'm Tage Adderley with Our Sports at 7. Jazz Chisholm and the New York Yankees played in Game 2 of their wildcard series against the Boston Red Sox. Jazz used his wheels and his glove to make some October magic. Jazz saved the Yankees' World Series hopes twice last night in the Bronx, laying out to make a diving grab to save a run in the 7th inning and evading the tag at the plate to score the final go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th to get the Yankees the 4-3 win over the hated Boston Red Sox. Jazz's clutch play allowed the Yankees to tie the series up and force a Game 3. And over in Europe, Kai Jones made his EuroLeague debut yesterday, helping his team get a win. Kai had a perfect day, going 2 for 2 from the field and 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, scoring 6 points to help Anadolu Elfis Istanbul get the 85-78 win over Maccabi Tel Aviv to help win his EuroLeague debut. He also added 5 rebounds in only 17 minutes. And the Bahamas Baptist Sports Federation held a basketball tournament recently. Aaron Bailey took the title, going undefeated throughout the tournament, beating Macedonia in the final. William Ingram was the finals MVP with 14 points. That is wrap for Our Sports at 7. I'm Tage Adderley. I'll see you at 7:30.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as 2 people killed and several hurt after a man drove into worshippers and stabbed others at a synagogue in the UK on Yom Kippur. Plus, downed trees and power outages, but no injuries reported as Hurricane Imelda moves past Bermuda and loses strength. And Sean Diddy Combs could face decades behind bars or walk free with time served. The judge decides his fate Friday. The story when our news returns.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going
Well,
on.
I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to miss. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, sorry.
This is our news. Welcome back. We've got some breaking news to report tonight as police on high alert after a prisoner escaped custody this afternoon. Police say around 3:30 p.m. D'Angelo Calmer broke free from the Nassau Street Court complex. They say he was last seen wearing a blue t-shirt and light blue jeans. Police describe him as light brown complexion with a tattoo of lips on his neck and the name Tiffany on his right chest. The reason for his custody has not yet been released, but police say a full investigation is underway. Anyone with information is urged to call 911-919 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. All right, we turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. British police say 2 people were killed and 3 others seriously hurt in a synagogue attack in northern England on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish year. Greater Manchester police say the suspect drove into pedestrians and stabbed worshippers at Heaton Park Hebrew congregation before being shot dead by armed officers. Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the assailant vile, promising to boost security and vowing Britain will stand against rising anti-Semitism.
Today's horrific incident shows why. And while this is not a new hate, this is something Jews have always lived with. We must be clear. It is a hatred that is rising once again. And Britain must defeat it once again.
Hurricane Imelda has moved past Bermuda, leaving more than 17,000 without power and trees down, but no reported injuries. The storm weakened to a Category 1 early Thursday with winds around 80 miles per hour. National Security Minister Michael Weeks urged residents to stay sheltered as crews begin damage assessments. Imelda also brought flooding to Cuba and Haiti earlier this week, killing 2 people and leaving 1 missing. Forecasters warned the hurricane season could remain active into November. Sean Diddy Combs will learn his sentence Friday, more than a year after federal prosecutors launched a sweeping case against him. A jury cleared him of the most severe charges, but he was convicted of 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, each carrying up to 10 years. Prosecutors want at least 11 years, while his lawyers say he should serve no more than 14 months. One victim, Cassie Ventura, urged the judge to hold Combs accountable. And the United Nations Security Council has approved a U.S. proposal to more than double an international force fighting gangs in Haiti. This as Russia and China continue to criticize Washington. Armed groups control most of the capital, Port-au-Prince, forcing over 1 million people from their homes. The United Nations Children Emergency Fund says children make up about half of the gang members. The new force will still rely on voluntary support, with the U.S. and Canada taking a lead role. Kenya, already on the ground, says it's ready to join despite earlier struggles. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was October 2nd. Then in our news at 7:30, the JCNP criticizing a ministry-backed poll on parade management, the culture minister pushing back, insisting the National Junkanoo Committee will run both major parades. But first, the passing of Ron Miller. The law requires a by-election in Golden Isles within 60 days. The FNM has already named its candidate, while the Prime Minister focuses on supporting Miller's family and constituents. We'll tell you the call from the opposition leader when our news returns.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt into Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going
Well,
on.
I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to miss out. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
On this day in Bahamian history, October 2nd, 1966, Hurricane Inez slammed into the northwest Bahamas. Abaco, Bimini, Grand Bahama, and New Providence all hit. 5 people died and damage topped $15 million. Fast forward to 1980, civil rights leader and pastor Reuben Edward Cooper died at age 67. He delivered the sermon at the 1973 Independence celebrations. And in 2009, former Deputy Prime Minister Clement Maynard passed away, remembered as a statesman and a family man. And finally, in 2019, then Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis warned illegal migrants in the wake of Hurricane Dorian. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was, head over to ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Natalia Hall is up next at 7:30. But first, it's time for Thursday is the new Friday with entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller. As we know, by now, she's somewhere on the island getting the weekend started. Denny, where are you tonight?
Hey, Ken, I am at Plato's here in Atlantis Paradise Island. Y'all know this is one of my favorite places on earth, not just in the Bahamas, on earth, because there's so much to do here. Like tonight, it's Della Fugo Thursdays. I learned how to salsa, y'all. I could not salsa to save my life. And now I'm learning how to do it because it's one of the sexiest dances in the world. And I think I'm a pretty okay looking person. So it's good for me to learn how to salsa so that I can show off that side of me. And also, too, there's 2 other sides. There's a little party side that you may see at Oroween with DJ Puffy on October 25th. And then there's the soca side that you may see at Guess with Alpha Sounds on November 8th. Who knows? I talk about all those events in Thursday is the New Friday that is available right now on our social media platforms. All the details are listed in the flyers in the video. And for your weekly dose of entertainment news, tune into our 7:30 p.m. broadcast with Natalia Hall. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. Until next weekend, and welcome back, Ken.
Thank you, Denny. Thank you, Denny.
Denny's a vibe.
Listen.
Denny is a vibe.
She reminds me of me on vacation.
Yeah.
But hey, let me ask, do you know how to salsa?
I don't, Ken.
Oh, no.
I'm not.
Oh, no.
So don't put me on the spot.
But you know what? I know you'll soon have a salsa partner, someone that'll be able to teach you the moves. I won't say more than that.
Thank you so much. Well, guys, stay tuned to our news on Thursdays to see more escapades like that one with our Daniel Miller. But for now, here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news at 7:30, an explosion at a popular restaurant in the Western community sends shockwaves through the area. Investigators now working to determine what caused the blast. Plus, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper confirms the Boundaries Commission is considering changes to the Michael and other large constituencies in the capital. Also, with the sudden death of Environment Minister Von Miller, F&M leader Michael Pintard says it may be time to call a general election. We have his full comments straight ahead. And later, the sentencing hearing for a former DNA candidate convicted of molesting a teenager has been delayed. The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Candino Knowles here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say you get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution. Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court apartment complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Candino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. While the sudden passing of Environment and Natural Resources Minister means that by law, government has to call a by-election within 60 days, while the Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard believes the Prime Minister should call a general election instead. We'll get to his full comments in about 5 minutes, but first, an explosion in the Western New Providence area today, leaving a business up in flames. Police say they got the call of a fire at Cafe Coco just after 2 p.m. today. When our news team arrived, we met the restaurant totally destroyed. Firefighters still working hard to extinguish any pockets of fire left burning. A gas truck parked in the distance nearby. Deputy Chief Fire Officer Superintendent Damaris Ambrister tells us what investigators know so far.
What we can say at this time is that a local liquefied petroleum gas company, they were attempting to fill some cylinders when an explosion occurred. As a result of that, the roof would have caught fire.
Any injuries?
2 of those workers would have received injuries to the upper body. They were transported to the hospital by EMS personnel.
The sudden passing of Environment and Natural Resources Minister means that by law, the government has to call a by-election within 60 days. When asked, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper said Prime Minister Philip Davis will speak to the matter, but is focusing on providing support to Von Miller's family and constituents. The last by-election was in 2023 following the passing of former Cabinet Minister Obie Wolshcombe. The Free National Movement has already ratified Brian Brown as its candidate for Golden Isles. Pintard says with the next general election set for 2026, he believes the Prime Minister should call an election versus a by-election.
It would be interesting to see whether or not this government is prepared to again, as they did in West Grand Bahama, spent over we believe $10 million on one seat, while there are many roofs that are still leaking in West Grand Bahama. Many houses are compromised in different ways. The administration center is not fully open. The school is not fully open. Bahamians have real life bread and butter issues that the government needs to dedicate resources to. A general election will give one party or another a new mandate, and so he ought to go to a general election.
Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper says the Boundaries Commission is considering making adjustments to the Mike Howell constituency and other large constituencies like Killarney and Golden Isles. The commission is supposed to review electoral boundaries throughout the country once every 5 years and reports any recommended changes. According to Cooper, the Prime Minister recommended that if more time is given for the report to be released, the more accurate the information will be.
Mike Howell, for example, is 5 islands. We've been called upon to look at scenarios like that one to see whether there is the need to make some adjustments. These conversations are ongoing. The registration process is advancing, and as the registration process advances, we're going to look to see whether there needs to be some adjustment.
Cooper says behind the scenes, the commission is concerned about the fair distribution of the number of voters between constituencies. And when asked if the Mike Howell constituency could be split, Cooper said this.
All things are possible. We are considering all things in our assessment. We're looking at geographic makeup, but most importantly, we're looking at the demographic makeup and the population sizes. It's too soon for me to make specific comments on what the changes might be.
While the sentencing hearing for a former candidate of the Democratic National Alliance convicted of molesting a vulnerable teen has been delayed, 51-year-old Marlon Newton made a brief appearance before Justice Guillermina Archer Minnis for the penalty phase of his trial, but the matter was adjourned until November 20th because a probation report is still pending. Before the matter was adjourned, defense lawyer Mario Gray told the court that Newton has been denied medical care by authorities at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Newton was remanded to prison in August following his conviction for 2 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor of the same sex. A 9-member jury unanimously found that Newton took advantage of a 17-year-old boy who needed a place to stay after he found himself homeless in 2019. Well, nice temperatures in the capital on this Thursday. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg, what can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Another nice evening setting up for us. Temperatures even cooler. They are in the low 80s, 81 degrees. We call it partly cloudy. You have some clouds moving across. It's on the breezy side. East winds at 12 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 88. Satellite radar composite. We still have that moisture trailing from Humberto and Imelda, which are streaked across the northwest Bahamas. Both storms merging, and Humberto is no more, but that moisture will continue to fire up some showers and some thunderstorms across the northwest Bahamas, and we also have some moisture down near the southeast. Also could see some showers down there as well. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us, a look at your extended forecast, and the tropics still to come.
Still to come in our news, tensions continue to rise in the Junkanoo community. Culture Minister Mario Bole confirming government will only back one parade this season. And that's all coming up when our news returns.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click the back.
Tensions continuing to mount in the Junkanoo community. Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Boleg firing back at the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, who slammed a ministry-backed poll that centered on management of the 2 major parades. Boleg doubling down on the decision to let the National Junkanoo Corporation manage both major parades. Our Delvado Emmanuel has more.
Now, following today's press conference, Culture Minister Mario Boleg says at the end of the day, only one entity will be responsible for managing the parades.
Boleg made the comments as he was speaking at the weekly press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister this afternoon. He insists management of the major parades will rest on the National Junkanoo Committee, a job held by the JCNP for more than 2 decades. According to the minister, a vote was taken among Junkanoo groups over the weekend to determine who they wanted to manage the Boxing and New Year's Day parades. He says out of 21 ballots cast, 19 supported the National Junkanoo Committee.
There are no agreement, I repeat, in place with any individuals to manage these parades. The NJC, I repeat, which is a statutory board appointed by Cabinet, they will oversee these parades.
The clarification came a day after the JCNP held a press conference where JCNP Chairman Dion Miller disputed those polls results. He told reporters at the press conference last that the JCNP had the support of 10 Junkanoo groups. According to Miller, there will be one set of parades, but the groups that supported the JCNP will compete and be judged under the League of Champions.
The government of the Bahamas is responsible for the national parade. This is a national parade. The government of Bahamas will not pay for a private parade. Any Junkanoo groups that wish to have a private parade, this is a free country.
Members of the Junkanoo community attended today's press briefing. Genesis Warhawks Public Relations Director Angelique McKay welcomed the clarity, while Conquerors for Christ co-founder Dr. Ann Higgins says the back and forth had its impact.
So I'm very happy that a decision was made, and we now know which body is managing the parade.
Seed money is later, and so we have to take money out of our own pocket to work with the group, and we have to continue to work.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Thanks so much, Delvado. Well, father, brother, and well-known businessman Keith McSweeney passed away on Monday, leaving family and friends in deep mourning. The owner of Rescue Memorial and ASP Reserve died at his business establishment. His passing now raises an emotional yet difficult question for his team. A team that has spent years preparing others for funerals. How does it feel to now prepare the burial of McSweeney?
We know that Keith would want us to be strong and to go on. Because Keith was a pillar of strength to families for many years, over 4 decades. I think he would just want us to continue to build on that, continue to make sure that we service the families, that always up to an excellent service. And that is his vision, and that's what he always wanted us to do. We had conversations the last week speaking about the future of the business and how moving it on to the next generation.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Jazz lays out to help the Yankees tie their wildcard series up, and Kai Jones plays his first game in Europe. Our Sports at 7:30 is coming up next.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
Good evening, I'm Tej Adderley, and this is Our Sports at 7:30. Last night, Jazz Chisholm helped author another chapter in the Yankees' 122-year-old rivalry with the Boston Red Sox, coming through in the clutch to help the Yanks win Game 2 of their wildcard series. New York Yankees second baseman helped his team tie up their wildcard series last night with a 4-3 win over the Boston Red Sox. Despite struggling from the plate, going 0 for 3, he still managed to put the exclamation point on the thrilling victory, reaching first base via walk in the 8th inning. 2 batters later, Austin Wells would smoke a single to right field, allowing Jazz to get on his horse, running all the way from first base to beat the throw home from Sox outfielder Nate Eaton, evading a tag at the plate to put his team over the top. Ben Rice went 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run, and Aaron Judge also went 2 for 4 with an RBI. Carlos Rodon started the game for the Yankees, going 6 innings, giving up 3 runs and 4 hits. Fernando Lopez pitched the Yankees out of a bases-loaded boondoggle in the 7th inning with a little help from Jazz's glove at second base. Not for that, Jazz wouldn't even have been in position to score the go-ahead run. And they're playing right now to see who will advance. This one is for all the marbles, so you definitely don't want to miss it. And over in Europe, Kai Jones made a season debut playing in the second-best basketball league in the world on Tuesday night. The high-flying 6'11" big man from New Providence had a perfect day, scoring 6 points on 2 of 2 from the field and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe, along with 5 rebounds and a block in only 17 minutes to help Anadolu Efes get the 85-78 win over Maccabi Tel Aviv in his EuroLeague debut. Jordan Lloyd led the team with 16 points, and former University of Miami standout guard Shane Larkin had 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Jalen Horde had 15 points and 9 rebounds to lead Maccabi. Their season begins on Friday night against Hapoel Tel Aviv. If there are any highlights, we'll be sure to have them. Finally back at home, the Bahamas Baptist Sports Federation held a tournament last weekend. The R.M. Bailey Pacers took the Bahamas Baptist Sports Federation's AID tournament last weekend, going undefeated throughout and beating Macedonia Warriors in the final 42-22. The tournament was held at the AF Adelaide Gymnasium. William Ingram was finals MVP with 14 points, scoring 8 points in RM's 11-3 run in the beginning of the game and never letting Macedonia in at any point. Quincy Rigby added 10 points while Stanley Pratt added 8, and both Quint Bonamy and Woodson Anton contributed 4. For Macedonia, Devontae Gibson led the way with just 6 points. Therese Baisden had 5, and Ahmad Williams and Delano Knowles chipped in with 4 points each. And before we go, the NBA preseason started today. VJ Edgecombe and Eric Gordon and the 76ers play today. And DeAndre Ayton and the LA Lakers will get some early action tomorrow, so be sure to check it out. That's a wrap for sports this evening. I'm Tage Adderley. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Still ahead on our news tonight, September 16th, mark Potcake Day, and students at the Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy in Grand Bahama got a special visit from the Grand Bahama Humane Society. That's all coming up when our news returns.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news. You don't want to miss it. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
This is our news. Welcome back. Still tracking Imelda, which is still a potent system out there in the open Atlantic. Had brushed past Bermuda yesterday, and of course we're waiting to see what kind of damages they sustain. But that system will continue to race towards the northeast, away from all landmass, moving into what we call hurricane graveyard, into some cooler waters. In the meantime, though, we have trailing moisture from both systems moving across our area. That's going to spark a few showers and some thunderstorms for the next couple of days. That moisture will also be pooled, and we'll see a frontal boundary right across the northwest Bahamas and South Florida. National Hurricane Center will watch that area for some possible development over the next couple of days. That's one area that they're going to watch. Then across the remainder of the tropics, we have a tropical wave that's going to be coming off of Africa. National Hurricane Center will watch that for some possible development over the next couple of days. In the meantime, though, the moisture across our area will continue through tomorrow, mostly confined to the northwest Bahamas. Some of that could drift into the central Bahamas, and that should take us into the weekend, so you may need your umbrella or some rain gear during the weekend. Boating forecast, advisory still for the Atlantic waters tonight through tomorrow. North to northeast winds 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet near shore, but building up to 10 feet offshore along Atlantic exposures. Central and southeast Bahamas advisory also for the Atlantic. East to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, 2 to 4 foot seas, but up to 10 feet along Atlantic exposures. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep the showers there. As I mentioned, that boundary will be setting up across the South Florida area and northwest Bahamas. That will keep the moisture in place, so showers and thunderstorms will take us all the way into the weekend and possibly even into early next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, September 16th marked Potcake Day, a day dedicated to celebrating the beloved mixed breed dogs native to the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. Over at the Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy in Grand Bahama, students got a special visit from the Grand Bahama Humane Society, learning all about the care of animals and how they can play a role in helping potcakes and other pets across the island. PTA chairperson Jessica Russell says potcakes are often unappreciated but deserve long love and recognition for their loyalty and companionship. Meanwhile, President of the Humane Society, Tiffany Dennison, shared practical advice with students, stressing the importance of proper care, ensuring pets are fed, loved, and not just chained up for long periods. She says the organization continues to face financial challenges and is ramping up fundraising efforts.
Since Dorian, we've had a lot of supporters move. We've had the government cut funding, the Port Authorities had to cut funding, LUSCO. So really and truly, it's monetary, keeping them healthy and fed. It costs a lot, and being over inundated with animals, and even though we can get some out, it's not always easy. It sometimes costs a lot of money. We don't have a lot of adoptions, but we have a lot of intake.
Dennison also touched on the ongoing issue of animal abuse, noting that while awareness has improved, there's still more work to do.
The biggest challenge is actually getting the matter heard and prosecuted. I believe, it is my sincere belief that the police are now much more engaged with that kind of thing, having their own K-9 units now. They understand a bit more. This is a newer generation, obviously, with education, but of course then we go to our court system, which is completely inundated, completely overloaded. So it's a matter of getting things heard and then getting the judgment, because under the new act there's more penalties, which is good.
Well, the fall event season is officially open, and the first major event on the calendar, Hands for Hunger's Paradise Plates. Our Daniel Miller was one of thousands of attendees at Saturday's event and has this recap.
This might be a very obvious question or one that you've answered before, but there are some people that still don't know. Why the name Paradise Plates?
Well, Paradise Plates because, of course, we're here in the Bahamas. Hands for Hunger is the food bank of the Bahamas. And plates because that's what we do. We feed people.
On Saturday night, the highly anticipated event went off without a hitch. Paradise Plates, which is an annual event hosted by Hands for Hunger, was held in the Imperial Ballroom at Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. The aesthetic this year was red and whimsical, depicting Moulin Rouge meets Cirque du Soleil. Known to be the organization's biggest fundraiser, thousands of guests adorned in their best garments, indulged in good vibes, paired with beverages and delicious dishes provided by 30-plus vendors.
We have a pancetta scallop. It has a passion fruit gel, bacon jam, and a spicy beet stew. We did a cream spinach arancini and a lamb rock lollipop with a spicy cranberry reduction and a mint chimichurri.
Okay, now, she said it's the best. Lamb is hard to cook. That lamb tender?
Very tender.
No, man, it melts? Or did I lie about the lamb?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, you on point.
This patty cake, like Freeport.
Yeah.
I lie?
Never lie.
All of the booths that you see here tonight are sponsors. Reason being is because they don't get paid to be here. But year after year, they come out and support Hands for Hunger.
We believe in community, and because of our beliefs, we support any which way we can.
They're feeding underprivileged Bahamians. I think it's a very important thing to do for all of the corporate community, especially those of us in culinary, to give back as best we can.
I'm in a constant state of gratitude to everyone who contributes to our work.
Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Denny, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team. You